What's up, guys? Mr. E here. Fentman, Gordon Fentman is the name, I suppose. This is the 1.5 or the 2 version of this build, just a straight upgrade over the previous version because there's been a reconfiguration to the talent tree. I also went back in and I changed up a few of the blessings and stuff on the weapons. So if you're using the previous version, if you enjoyed it, you will definitely enjoy this one because we get that much stronger. I love it. So before we get started, reminder, help me out, reach Warhammer 40k subs and subscribe. Appreciate you. Love you. I mean, yeah, it's not gay or anything. Let's go on here with the Crowbar. We've got, hey guys, Mr. E here, and the Gordon Fentman is back. He hasn't had enough of that Fenty goodness. He has the Crowbar, of course. That is what defines the Fentman build. In fact, the Crowbar seems to have gotten a little bit of a visual upgrade here. Actually, I think it's kind of a side grade. I liked how it looked before better, maybe a little bit more. Let's try the deluxe edition. Honestly, this one is growing on me quite a bit. Now, the really cool thing here. Hello everyone, Mr. E here, and you see the Crowbar on your screen. You know that means it's time for the Gordon Fentman build. An upgrade, a straight upgrade. He's been doing Fent this whole time, and he has only grown mightier. And this build is just going to be better than the previous version. So if you're using that previous version and you liked it when you played with it the first time, check this one out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed because the talent tree got rearranged and so much stuff got better. So I've made upgrades across the build and I want you to check them out here. And remember to subscribe so you can check out all my upgraded builds plus all the new ones that I'm working on. Let's start here with the Crowbar. Really important stuff here is that we are minimizing defenses, maximizing everything else. For perks, we want Carapace and Stamina. Then for blessings, superiority and take a swing. Superiority is such a good talent here, guys. That stacks so easily. This is like one of the best weapons at dispatching elites. It's just super simple. But take a swing is a really, really powerful talent if you know when to use it. So 60% weak spot damage for 3 seconds on pushing enemies. Just to give you a reference for what this does for you. When you're in this mode, this is when you really should be using this. When you're going for strike down kills on like instant kills, it also really works well when you're in this mode and you're cleaving hordes like this, because it'll obviously increase all that damage that it does to everybody that you hit in the head there. And this thing has a great pattern for hitting heads with that attack. But when you're in this mode, the strike down mode, this thing hits like an absolute truck because it already does a pretty good wallop, as you can see there. But what we really want to do is if we actually get a push first, if I actually do it right, if we push and then start a heavy attack, we'll actually skip that first, this first heavy attack like that, which is a lower damage ratio. We'll skip it by just doing a push and then coming straight over the head and just instantly executing. Like that does so much damage. And this is right, but this is without stims. This is without ultimate. We do a push, they're just instantly dead. I don't think I even got the push in there. Let's do it right. Push. Boom, boom. Okay, yeah, so just dead. And remember that this does also stagger enemies, like that you will stun lock them once you lock them into this animation. So yeah, just casually two-shotting a Crusher. You could do it even less. Crazy weapon, but you gotta know how to use it. It's a little bit of a tricky weapon here. And just remember that you be pushing with some constant pattern. We also have plenty of stamina to push with, so don't be worried about that. Now down here, we've got our Needle Pistol. This is very, very nice on all melee builds because it allows you to close that gap with Strip Down. Since we have so much stamina, look how long I can sprint for without... I'm immune to damage, range damage all this time right here. And now I'm not. Oh, let me go ahead and regain a bunch of stamina and just continue. And so you can just go forever. You can just sprint and close the gap. And then once you close the gap, you get it up on the enemies and you just blast them up with your Crowbar. So all is good, all is well. Down here, we have to go 3 +3 max stamina Curios. Spend all your milk bucks, guys. Get these +3 max staminas. Every stamina is 2% attack speed. Stamina regen obviously is crazy important here. And then toughness and combat ability regen I like just because we can grab a little bit extra cooldown. Now over here, let's go to our stim lab. We have strength all the way into the finesse tree. I reevaluated how I was building this last time, and I think I was far too invested in crit. I just was completely overcapped on what I had for crit. The finesse multiplier is very nice to be able to boost, because that affects both crits and headshots, and as you can see, our headshots are already very beefy, so multiplying that even further makes us just absolutely demolish stuff. So we want to go for the finesse stim, nothing else, because we need to be keeping this thing up every 60 seconds to get chemical dependency to its maximum stacks. Now let's go over here on the talent tree and make certain that I am getting my stims up while I'm talking in the background. Over here in the talent tree, we've got Tertium Welcome, Precision Violence, Float Like a Butterfly, Burst of Energy. Coming down this way, Boombringer. Boombringer is just an absolutely goated a weapon. Since we are using Hypercritical with this build, we'll be getting a lot of executions, and therefore blackouts won't be stacking very effectively. That means that Boombringer, I mean, Boombringer is so good, right? We get 4 charges that can do this. I mean, just like nuking everything. Why did that do so little damage to him? Huh? Okay, that's more reasonable. Like, normally that just insta-kills him from that range. That was weird. Why did it do so little? I wonder if I, like, shot underneath this board. Is that a thing? Oh, yeah, you can. Wow, that's cool. Like, there's a spot underneath there. But if you shoot on top of it, it doesn't... Huh? Let me test this again. You guys, hold on. We're paused. Pause the video. We're testing. Interesting. Why is shooting... I feel like shooting behind them at the same distance would kill them outright, though. Okay, let's try it. About like here? Oh, I don't know. Okay, here on the talent tree. Let's make certain we are using our stims. Okay, here on the talent tree, we have got to go up here for Tertium Welcome. That first hit is massive. Then we go for Precision Violence, Float Like a Butterfly, Burst of Energy. Coming down here, grab yourself the Rocket Launcher. Rocket Launcher is nuts. I mean, just being able to have this thing, we will be getting the extra charge. So we've got 4 charges that can just do this to an entire horde, right? This thing can also just demolish pretty much anything else in its radius. Good weapon right now, and just clears up so much bullshit. Just fuck everything in that general direction is what the spell is here. Gain tough into Slippery Customer, Tis But a Scratch, Anarchist, or if you feel like you've got enough crit on your team, you can go Ruffian. Anarchist here puts us at 5, 10, 20 from our base class, and then we can gain an additional 20 here, so we're at 40% crit, and then 60 off of Float Like a Butterfly. So honestly, that does actually make a little bit of a difference. Extra 5% there is quite nice to be able to hit. It's probably more worth than 10% since their base damage is so high already. Let's come down here and go Rampage with all 3 of these nodes here. We definitely like all of these. Forge's Bellow is great for this build because when you lose your Rampage, you will be slowed down in attack speed a lot, and that will lose you one of your main sort of like offensive / defensive like things that allow you to survive better, because you want to stay on enemies as long as possible, and when you come out, this might save your life. It also is really good for going in because it opens up enemies like bulwarks, so you can just do like this and just come in on them and go bam and just insta-gib. So yeah, really nice just quality of life talent there, I would say. Oh, well, sorry guys, I didn't mean to be streaming. I pressed the start streaming thing. What am I? So funny, he does his video intro on the stream. Well, it's right next to it, in my defense. Like, look, hold on. Can I show... Oh, how do I show the display? Look, see, like, this is the... Because I'm just streaming on YouTube. This is the start recording button. I don't know how I clicked... Oh, you know what? I bet it's bound to a keybind. I bet I bound this to a keybind somewhere. Because I remember it not working. Good thing I didn't say how I really feel about you fucking guys. Oh, it's a numpad asterisk. Disgusting. That's exactly what it was, because I literally hit the minus key. What is that, Twitch chat? What are you talking about? Oh, that's what Twitch chat looks like? No, I can't stream. I mean, unless you guys just want to sit here and watch me repeatedly fucking try to. You know what? Having you here will lock me in. I need to brief on a couple videos. Okay, so let's lock in. Let's make the builds real quick here. All right, let's lock in. This will help. I think this will help. Where's my freaking builds? And then I'm gonna stop because I need to actually like render and upload these. So there's that. That one's already done. This one is the mine build, right? We'll re-upload that. This is, what the fuck is this? Wait, what is this? What's the difference here? Literally nothing. Cool. Okay. They took my border from me, guys. I had a cool border this morning, not anymore. This is a quick stream. Hypercritical's okay, yeah. It's not going to have bugged interactions anymore. I think it has the default interactions where culling with hypercritical is going to be problematic, but like not that bad. Not in that bad a way. It will still not give you credit towards things like blackout or the overkill addition for hyperviolence, but the culling effect of it is really, really quality. I think it's good. Remember, you can still get streams from pre-records. I get it. I get it. I get the joke. Wait, hold on. What am I doing here? I don't need that. Go here. Also, remember like last night when I was like showing that like this this wasn't working last night. So I was able to do, what was it? You do like this, and then you use your stim. And then let me go ahead and take that out. So, like, this wasn't actually stacking in the Psychanium last night. It was only stacking in games, but now it's stacking in the Psychanium again. So now you can overcap the attack speed. I don't understand. I mean, I figured it out that, like, it's stacking. It's not supposed to. I don't think. I couldn't figure out what the, Oh, I guess I could stack the crit chance and see what it does. We'll see if I get to 100%. I'm just like literally critting every shot. Okay, so I would just go stim, drop the kit, and then I just need to keep doing this. It seems to be replacing some of the buffs. Or no, it's just replacing that buff. Definitely seems to stack the crit. Nice. Oh yeah, I don't know why I uninstalled that show crit chance mod. Oh, I removed this though. That was my mistake. I could have even more. I'll gotta do it again. I need to get the mod that allows me to do Havoc difficulty in here so I can buff these things damage. I mean, it wouldn't matter if you made the Chaos Spawn stand still for this. You could just spam into the side of their body and they would die all the same, I think. That doesn't actually seem like it's attacking any faster, though. Does it? Is that... That's not double fast, is it? That's normal... Oh wait, it was double fast. It was double fast. But it only lets you go 2 times, I guess. That's regular. I guess I should just be going full stim with this build. That's crazy. Yeah, the problem with me with the shotgun is it just doesn't have enough throughput. It was really, really good. So the thing you guys didn't see, actually you can see it if you go to First Tour Guardsman's channel because he actually made a build with it. I think we both made a build with it. But the way that Pickpocket used to work is that it replenished your, it read like it did now, but it replenished your magazine 20%. So if you got a kill on each shot with a shotgun, it would just replenish one shell over and over and over again. So you could just go like, pop, 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 pop. It was amazing. I have no idea what's going on with that game yesterday. I think that there's some sort of overflow or something. Like it had to be. I actually haven't gotten a chance to go back and like reflect and see what was causing the what was causing me to do so little damage. Because I honestly feel like I wasn't dealing anywhere near the normal amount of damage to other stuff either. But that could have just been a matter of like desync as well. I could very much see desync coming into play. Because we were like all over the place. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Like I'm definitely still getting full effect here when I'm under the effect of 2 stims. I don't know. Yeah, the recoil was like shooting me up at the ceiling. I don't know what was going on. Okay, well let's do a Uzi build. This will be the Desperado build. Uzis like stagger. Uzis are good here. Uzis don't care about crit though. So we'll go out of this, and we'll go here, because the base damage is better. Wait, no, the cooldown's too good to give up. What am I? I'm fucking stupid, because this ability is actually, you want cooldown for that. So you just do this. It's boring, but you just use it with everything. Flashbangs, yep. Reload, quick and deadly. I'm not certain. I guess you care. I guess 5% crit is something. It's not really all that important, but I think it is a better enabler. I wish there was better other auras. I just feel like I still always take this one. Yeah, the rending is better, but I just do this for the stim lab for this. It's better to have reload speed when you're going for Desperado. Reload speed is goated. Because, like, reloading is where you lose your Desperado, more or less. I don't really need to do more damage. And, like, the rending, I feel like this is underpowered, to be perfectly honest. 15% rending is, like, almost nothing. Use it to get it back? I mean, maybe that's a thing. I just feel like I probably wouldn't need it with the 40%, like, reduction. Let's see. Let's see. Holy shit. What the fuck? You're welcome, Thunder. See ya. Alright, let's let it fade. Alright, how long is this cooldown gonna be? 38 seconds? Oh wait, no, it's, yeah, and that's with, it gives you the discount flat, and then you get a 40% faster timer. So what's 38 divided by 1.4? Like 20? 27. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to... Also, I need to keep my stim timer low, so that I can keep my stacks at 4. Oh, yeah, if you're not using chem dependent, I feel like using chemical dependency is pretty much mandatory with Enhanced Desperado. A 40% increased cooldown reduction just passively is really, really big. Yeah, I guess, but like, yeah, I guess that comes down to like, can you use your stim? Does your stim get you back a comparable amount of cooldown? The problem with the stim is that when you are, uh, your stim only lasts for 15 or 20 seconds, depending on whether you're allocated here, right? So, like at max, if you have a 50% cooldown stim, you're only getting 7.5 seconds cut off. If you have the 100% cooldown stim, you get 15 seconds cut off. If you're killing absolutely optimally, that's the only thing. Guys, I'm playing Minecraft with Froggy and Dom, or they want me to play Minecraft, but I have to do this. Yeah, I feel like chemical dependency is just a little bit too good, as opposed to how. Yeah, but what happens if you don't get a good horde? Is the thing. The um no, the double barrel actually does benefit from reload speed. Check this out. Or do I have a double barrel one? I have one that's just blank. I used to have one. Well, let's just do this one then. So if you have both barrels and so like this is the normal reload speed. Okay. This is the reload speed if you do this. Okay. And then if you do if you get a kill with speed loader when you do that, it's that. And if you have the stim going and you do that, it's actually quite fast. It skips part of the animation, which I think is pretty clever. So you can actually put these out pretty fast. I just don't know if the double barrel's all that good a weapon. I think it's a fun weapon, though. Has a small window for the... Yeah, the recoil, but like... Look how much slower that reload is, right? Without the double barrel blast. It's just better to shoot both barrels. And then just get that reload speed right there. I imagine there's probably a lot of stuff you can one-shot with it. Wait, why did that only take one shell? That's weird. Huh? Do I have triple barrel allocated right now? I do. Whoops. Oh, right, because it's not. It's the wrong build. Okay, well, we'll make a double barrel build too. How about that? Okay, so let's go ahead and configure these builds so that I can rattle these all off. And then I will record this and I'll cut it all up and then I'll make build guides. That was my plan for the evening anyway. I did not plan on the streaming, but I guess I'm streaming now. At least for a moment here. We'll go knife for this. Stim lab here is... Wait, this one is the... Man, dude, I need a mod where I can just type words up here. I am very happy to be right. You know, they fought me on it. They're like, like we looked at the code. Like I had someone look at the code. And nothing has changed about bursters, and nothing has changed about player hitboxes. And I was like, please look again, please. I'm begging you. I know something is up. And I was right. Okay, that's good. Any efficiencies here? I think Desperado, you just have to use that. Stim supply is absolutely cracked with this. What the fuck is this build? Heavy sword? Yeesh. I don't know about heavy sword, man. I might skip over that one for a minute. What's this? Tack axe? What's my crit chance at with tack axe? High, right? There, 20, 25. I didn't roll this thing at all. What the fuck? How did the tack axe get in my fucking inventory? This looks like garbage. Holy shit, that's 37% crit off of this weapon. There's mods where you can name loadouts. Oh, nice. I need that. Yeah, so you've got 37% here, 10% off of just existing as this class, or sorry, 20% off of this class alone, because the anarchist and this. So we're at 57%, and then we can get another 77% here, and then 97% with Kevin Enhanced. So we get this. Yeah, that's right, 97% crit. I feel like at that point, I could just take the 5% melee crit chance off and put it on crit damage, right? Like, that would just be better. The crit bonus stacks the weapon's base crit chance? What do you mean? Oh, like if I remove this, it'll make the crit bonus worse? Oh, let's go check it. I need to make a new one anyway. Every weapon has a base crit. Is that true? Are you sure about that? I feel like that's the thing I would know. Every class has a base crit chance. You're positive. All right, let's Google tactical axe. What's that game? Is Lantern? Fucking dishes. Oh, I just pull up Cooley's guide. It would probably be on there, right? Guides. Melee weapon blessings and mechanics. Yeah, this is literally just all blessings. This is okay. This is just for blessings. Wait, why does the brace autogun drop to 18% when you're saying? What does that mean? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Transaction complete. Do you require an additional purchase?
Give me a 60 mobility, please.
Assist you further.
Please. Give. Thank you.
Completed.
Let the work begin.
Here it is, right here. No, this one right here. This one right here. This one right here. That one. I wish you could favorite it the second it showed up, rather than like having to search your whole fucking inventory. Did I like skip it? It was the only one I didn't click. There it is.
And what do
That makes sense for Ogre weapons, yeah. I imagine we'll get more weapons for Scum in the future. Scum seems like a class they could definitely come up with more ideas for.
the machine god is most generous? Interesting. The work is complete.
Do I even care about flak with this at this point? Or should I just go in yielding to kill bosses? Yeah, let's do flak.
It is done.
I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff that Scum get, generally. Okay, should I do crit hit chance or crit hit damage? Because I'm going to be at like 90% crit a lot of the time. I don't think 5% is going to be as effective as a little bit more damage. I feel like crit damage is probably good. Definitely diminishing returns on 5% crit at this point. Yeah. I don't think that's like that's like effectively like 1/3 of the stim, right? I wonder if because of the 10% crit damage and headshot perks yet, what were they doing before? I remember there being an issue with them at some point. I just don't remember what it was. I'm sad I don't have any good, I don't have any good attack axe skins. I'm wondering if like one of these other marks might be really good, given that we can like boost the base damage super high. Maybe the 4 here is actually the way to go, because the 4 has crazy rending on these uppercuts and stuff. Both the overhead and the uppercut have about 30% additional rending over the other marks. I think that might be the way to go here, and then we just can let attack. Because otherwise, the weapon doesn't really matter, because most of our damage comes from overkilling enemies and getting a ton of insta-kill crits. Twin stub pistol. I think twin stub pistols need some buffs, personally. They would be pretty cool in other classes, but they'll never get them. Because they're exclusive. I mean, that's pretty good for attack hacks into a crusher. I don't even have full stim stacks up. This class is funny sometimes. I understand why they wanted Rampage to have a downside, because like being able to do this forever is silly. But I just don't like the downside that it gives you. Yeah, it's just like I want them to be better for range focused stuff because they are like the crit focused range weapons specific to the class. The Uzis aren't very good with crits. That sucks. What is HV? This gum. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you get a good kill on something like right before and just carry it over, you'll do crazy. Oh, I was trying to get the that's what I was doing when I accidentally went live. I was trying to get the crowbar to show its the crowbar has an inbuilt thrust blessing on it, which should be stacking up like that, but it just doesn't show. I don't know how to make it show either. Yeah, that's where rampage is really crazy, is because it allows you to get big hits. It does, yeah. You get about, it's a 20% stacking buff. You get 5% up to 4 times as you hold it. So like, look, if we hit this guy with a regular attack, oops. No, I didn't hide it. I have all weapon buffs shown. It's like 11-1-6. That was a crit, but trust me, it's there. It says it in the, actually, I don't know if it actually says. If you go, isn't there like a press release or something? I don't remember if it like ever officially came out, but there was a press release document that they gave to all of us content creators that had like all the patch notes and stuff on it. And it talked about each of the weapons. And the dual daggers, they have an innate 20% backstab damage bonus, just like the regular Katachan combat blade does. And then this weapon has a thrust blessing of 20%. So it's 5% stacking 4 times. That's 1 hit. Wait, we had a stack. That's a regular hit, like 885. So they're at 943. That's the difference. I mean, I just feel like right now, as it stands, if you can do without the dodging range attacks thing on Desperado, the stims that you can supply to yourself and your team are too valuable with stim supply to not do that when you're going for a range build. Also, did you see how absurd it was when I was doing the infantry autogun with it? It was just dumb. Just fucking dumb. Right. So when I initially loaded up the server, like the test server, I thought that range attacks were gonna be applying hypercritical. So I was trying to make a fan the hammer build and just execute a ton of enemies. Didn't work that great. I'm oversaturated on these fucking Wait, what's the difference here? Oh, this is the bleed build. What was this supposed to be? Oh, wait, where's the one I made earlier? I swear they reset all my loadouts this morning because they accidentally gave me something on my account they weren't supposed to. Cowards. Give it back. Alright, check out this build, guys. This is the build I made this morning. For work. There's a crit here. I can't remember. Was this what I was doing? not allocating points. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, you can pick both too, though. Because, like, sometimes, yeah, like, sometimes you'll get the execute with hypercritical, and you won't get that. But, like, most attacks where you get crits on smaller enemies, you would have killed them outright anyway. Especially if you have hyperviolence already stacked up, and then you hit a target and you get a crit, you'll overkill them. And that still counts towards stacking hyperviolence. Because if it would already kill them, you don't have to worry about it. It's just like really nice for like, I think that hypercritical is just a really nice quality of life buff. Because it's like, yeah, it just gets rid of like so many annoying ass enemies. Crit skills, the range tree doesn't proc in range. Man, I can't remember what I did with this build, fuck. I had this. I must have had... Oh yeah, I had this for stims. And crits. And that. And one more node somewhere. That doesn't seem right. Oh God. Bernie barking his ass off. No, it's not. The hyper lethal, or sorry, this one, hypercritical is not supposed to work for ranged attacks. I reported it as a bug during the test server, and one of the testers responded to me and said it's just the talent is worded wrong. It's critical, so the difference, the way you can read it, critical strikes. See, because strike is capitalized there, it's a proper term, and strikes are only melee in this game. So if it was a critical hit, it would be melee and ranged. It's intentional. So like kills here, kills grant 25% of the damage dealt by your attack, which means that killing with hyper violence, like doing this, does apply to your melee attacks. So you'll get more damage out of that. Or like this. Except for you can't pull it out in time. But it would be great if you could. Why did Fat Shark ruin the frame rates? I have no idea what that bug is. I'm assuming that that one's visible enough that they'll fix it. Or hyper violence value not using it? What do you mean, chem on crit? This? What if I'm not using hypercritical? It's fine both ways. How about that? Wait, how was I doing this earlier? God damn it. Now I want to. Now I can't remember what I was doing earlier. I must have done this. Maybe I just took this out. Oh, yeah. I mean, but you're not really killing with this. The reason this is on here is so it can proc this stuff. Crazy top tree. It's like literally everything, yeah. Man, I wish that had saved. Did it like am I fucked up here? Did it not save somewhere? I would be able to see it very quickly if it saved. Yeah, it just didn't save. They rolled back my account this morning. because they accidentally allocated a frame to my account that I wasn't supposed to have, I'm pretty certain. Yeah, sample collector, that's why I use it, is sample collector is good. And it doesn't proc on every hit, but you get it a lot. Yeah, Tox is a very good effect. It's a linear progression, but it's like better at the lower scales, instead of like being exponential like the other ones are. I remember I had this. I definitely didn't use adrenaline. Oh, you know, I was using Vulture's Mark for this build. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yes, I wasn't here. No, I was there for that, though. So I did that, and then I came over here and got Vulture's Mark. So did I have hypercritical? I must have. I must have done this. Yeah, and then Vulture's Mark. Yeah. But like with the needle pistol, you just shoot the freaking thing like 3 times, and then it's all at full stacks immediately. You just shoot it in the head because it double stacks. Yeah, hypercritical is good because it just finishes targets up. Otherwise, it would be an issue. I think I want the 12. I think I want 12 seconds here. What do I drop for that? Ooh, I take this. I don't think I need this. Yeah, take that. And take this. I know this is a weird looking build, but trust, I feel like it would be pretty good. The goal here is we get to have the biggest fucking rocket launcher in the world. Because we've got rocket launcher, we've got bolt pistol, we've got deadly accurate with as much crit as we can possibly carry. And we're going to pull out the bolter, or the bolt gun, every couple seconds and get a kill here. So we're going to have crazy movement speed, be able to replenish toughness. And then we get headshot damage. Like, we're a sniper, basically. We snipe, we pull out the rocket launcher, and we're pretty effective in melee, too, because of hypercritical and hyperviolence. And this will allow us to reset our stim, to get our stim supply, and keep our damage up. I guess I could go, like... I guess I could just go some attack speed as well. Actually, that probably doesn't matter, honestly. I don't think that would matter too much for the gun. Because I want the explosion radius. I want the rocket to do this at a massive fucking range. The flashbang grenades do work, by the way. Not the tox grenades, though. Because watch this. I go flashbangs. Okay, let's swap out here. Okay, so we gotta standardize. Let's just do one here. Okay, so right there at the edge. Okay, so right there should only hit those first 2 duders. Wait, hold on. It should hit from 25%. I swear I tested this earlier. Yeah, see, it works from farther away. I could also just do like this. You do like a big long line. Another big long line. And then we just do like one of these. Assault weapon. And one of these. See? It pushed more of them. Because the radius of the blast grenade or the flashbang grenade isn't like that big, it doesn't magnify it that much, but the rocket launcher gets a massive magnification. Because, you know, rocket launcher already has a tremendously massive radius. And that blast radius thing also increases the damage zones for the lethal proximity. Oh no! If you have the bolt pistol equipped to your inventory at all, it works. This is something that Big Dom showed me. I thought that when like grenades detonated, you had to have the bolt pistol out to be active. It's just a passive for your class. Because note that it just says explosion radius increases by plus 25%. That's it. That's just a buff. That's just a class buff. So, like, just having a bolt pistol in your inventory when you're playing a grenade vet, you can just hold it, and it just causes it to do that permanently. Yes, it applies to vet nades. So you just go plasma sword, or power sword, whatever it's called. It's like, look at the difference here. If I have it out, let's see how far away I can kill those guys from. Can I kill them? Did I kill the one? Okay, so I didn't hit the one at the back. And it still shouldn't hit the one at the back. Right? So it's still not reaching, even though I, quote-unquote, increased the radius. No, they did fix that, though, Liquid. No longer does puncture apply damage over time effects to other explosions. It only applies to the bolt itself. They fixed that after the dog. Great dog debacle. Con using bolt pistol, although this class can use bolt pistol like crazy good because it can get really, really high critical chance and then just critical weak spot shot everything if you can fucking aim. And of course you've got infinite ammo, don't forget. So not bad, right? Aiming! It's so hard. Go back. But yeah, I just put that build together because I really wanted to use the rocket launcher. In a big way. Okay, so what have we got? We've got... This is the landmine build. Maximum... No, wait, no, it's not. This is the landmine build, maximum tankiness. Hyperviolence, hypercritical, attack speed. Yeah. Max tank. Okay, and then this is there for what? Nothing? What does this build? Nothing. Let's just delete this one. We'll make this one explosion. This is the one I've already recorded this one. This is whatever the fuck we're calling that build. This is the infantry autogun, regular autoguns, Gordon Fentman 2. Nothing in particular right now. Delete. Oh wait, no, let's make another one here. Let's do another one, and this one is going to have a 2 for it because it's going to be using the double barrel. We'll do a double barrel. People love the double barrel. They'll click on this. That's all we need. That's all we care about. What's the best weapon with this? Just like the daggers, I guess. No, like a regular one dagger. And this build we would actually want. Okay, hold on, I gotta make sure my right cosmetics are on. There we go. Double barrel only exists in the Psychanium. Wait, bolt pistol bleed does apply on Blackout? Really? Did they change it back? What do they make it like not apply to like certain things? That's pretty cool. Martin, I believe you used that choke before. Oh, only on... Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's only on direct hits. Yeah, when you hit with the actual grenade itself. I think someone was saying that in chat last night. Okay, so we want cleave. Toughness, toughness, toughness. No, I need something that can, like... Actually, would be pretty good, I guess. Because I need to get close to enemies. Yeah, that's probably fine. Stim lab's good. Okay, so we want close ranged, in your face, voice of tertium, sun immunity. I don't think that matters. That matters. Down to here, blackout? Yeah, blackout. Spit of scratch. Anarchist. Desperado. Let me do this. That'll be good with the knife. Bleed out of everything? No, the crate explosion doesn't count. I tested that earlier. It doesn't. The crate explosion is just like the radius of the crate, basically. It's all you'll ever hit. Shredder's a good gun. Weak spot damage is good, but not with the shotgun, because you'll never hit all the pellets if you aim for the head. I see that. I don't think I need any more swap speed. I'm basically just going to be sitting on my gun for like half the time. Although if I take these three out, I can get a lot more value out of like just general stuff at the top. I should just do that instead. Because what's this? Hyperviolence is good. But I don't think it's going to be triggered that much because I'm going to be in shooting things a lot of the time. And this will allow me to get crit on the shotgun, which could potentially provide cleave. This is the rimrolled OSD. I wish there was more stuff that matched the trench coat. I'm so glad I bought these masks. They're very cool. These are the best piece of cosmetics they have so far, I think. I hate this thing. I know some people really like it, but I just don't vibe with it. I don't get it. Works for me. Oh, we gotta change our... Do I not have any better cosmetics for this shit? That looks terrible. This is fine, I guess. The kettle helms look good with the, It fits with this one because of the spikies. I really like the shivs a lot. Because the shivs are just faster. Like they do more damage on like normal attacks and stuff. Oh, yeah, that's right. We were doing weapon cosmetics. No high scum speedruns yet. Shut up, Zeno. No speedruns for you. Okay, so let's go over what we gotta cover. We gotta do the full auto, juicing yourself with the supply crate. We gotta do Desperado, just easy mode, shooty with pistols. Gordon Fentman, which I need to put his fucking actual cosmetics on. HEV suit. Power online. Wait, is that the right helm? This is the right helm, right? Yeah. I still don't have these freaking legs unlocked. God dang it. Ruining my drip. Ruining my own drip. Blessings on the crowbar, on this build at least. Well, let's record it anyway. Witch hand? I didn't buy the witch hand, I'm too poor, I can't afford it. Still didn't swap my attack axe with the right one. Let's go ahead and trash this fucking axe. Get it out of here. Clean up our inventory while we're at it. Then we've got the trap layer. We've got the berserker. We've got whatever the fuck we're calling this one with the rocket launcher. And we've got the double barrel. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's see. Do you need to gift me? Yeah, gift me. Dude, I've been trying to ask my Fat Shark liaison if I can get them to put in some sort of bot, because they can actually go into the back end using your Steam ID and add or subtract Aquilas from your account. So I was like, can there be a bot that like automatically goes in so I can buy Aquilas on my account and then I can like have them added to other people's accounts? So then I could pay you guys basically in company script. Be like, all right, today's task is speedrun this. And the prize is 1,000 Aquilas. That'd be kind of cool. Like, that'd be pretty slick if you could do that. I don't want it. I don't want the witch fingers. They're nasty. Yeah, I think you should be able to gift other people fucking the Aquilas. Be cool, right? Fastest overhead. That'd be pretty cool, yeah. Just like it would be like completely RNG who can find a fucking Crusher or Mauler the first. Alright, let's see how many of these I can knock out, guys. Hey guys, Mr. E here, and we're taking a look today at Gordon Fentman 2, 1.5, whatever you want to call it, using the crowbar. So, if you enjoyed the previous Gordon Fentman build, this one is definitely for you. It's a straight upgrade to everything last time because, of course, we've had that massive overhaul to the talent tree here. And yeah, Hive Scum is definitely better for it, so very exciting. And remember that if you want to see all the rest of the rework builds or more builds in the future, subscribe and follow and comment down below and tell me what other builds, because even right now, there's a bunch of people watching me on stream who are making snide comments, and they're helping me make builds. And you could do that too. Okay, let's start here with the crowbar. We have got everything maxed here except for defenses. Defenses, I sleep, I don't care. Perk. We want damage to Carapace. It's the only type of enemy basically that can survive our direct attacks. Carapace is really important for the crowbar because you want to get headshots, and these guys and that guy all have Carapace heads, and so very nice to be able to get that multiplier on them. The stamina here seems weird, but if you watch the previous Gordon Fenton build, you know why we're stacking stamina. That is 4% attack speed right there, plus all the perks that stamina brings with it, so very nice stuff. Superiority is just an absolutely goated blessing here. 7 seconds of 12.5% strength. Remember, strength is stagger and damage, so this is like 37.5% when it's fully stacked up, and it takes forever to decay. This class, or this build, can just destroy so many elites back to back, so this is very, very juicy stats for us. And then Take a Swing. Take a Swing is a very nice, this is one of the major changes I made to the build, is Take a Swing is a very, very nice blessing here. 60% weak spot damage is a lot of damage. That is a big multiplier. And the really cool thing that the pushing does here is when you're in the sort of the spammy mode like this, the push just does a nice big broad wide sweep, which is amazing. When you're in the single target strike down mode, a push makes your next attack a overhead strike down rather than the heavy one, which is this arcing sort of sideways diagonal one. You just get to go straight into heavy 2, which is a much more effective direct damage hit. So just make certain you're weaving in those pushes, just like before when I was running the crit on here, having that 3-second timer running in the background in your brain, like, okay, push. And you won't worry about it, because like, look at how much stamina you have. Like, you have so much stamina on this build. Because of course, down here in the Curios, we have +3 max stamina all the way across. Stamina regeneration, combat ability regeneration, extra toughness. I think this is the way to go. Just play completely selfishly. You are going to be kind of glass cannon, but thanks to the changes to the class, honestly, he's not as squishy as he was before. For the range weapon here, you can use whatever you want, but as you'll see across a lot of my melee builds, I think the needle pistol is just the best all-round melee range weapon. Does that make any sense? The best ranged weapon slot for all melee builds for this class, because it can stack up stupid damage on bosses. Like, you can just... Oh, that's not a boss. What's a boss? There's a boss. You can just do this to a boss really quickly, and that's the sort of damage you do for 5 shots. Like, that's ludicrous, right? Plus, that can just go on at the same time that you're dealing damage. You can just knock out crushers with it. And of course, the ability to just sprint into enemies. Remember that as long as you're above 50% stamina with the strip down blessing, you're dodging all range attacks. So I'm still dodging, I'm still dodging, I'm still dodging. Okay, now I'm not dodging, I gotta regain some stamina. And then you just do that forever. So this is a great way to close the gap. Just be certain that you're not stupid like I was in one of the footages that you won't see because it got cut, and I was actually using Rampage when this was out, and then I ran out of stamina because Rampage ended, and then I got killed by ranged attacks and we lost the game. So cool. All right, so going past this, let's go over to the Stim Lab. We are going all the red side into Wildfire 5 with the extra finesse. We have so much crit chance. We have about 50% crit chance already, so we probably don't need any more crit, and getting more finesse is more headshot multiplier, and headshots are massive here. You could also go crit, but I find that finesse is just very, very, very juicy. Here's our talents. Starting out here, Tertium Welcome, Precision Violence, Float Like a Butterfly. This is a very powerful blessing. This is basically half of a riposte, which is just disgusting. You know, 20% crit chance. That's happening all the time. Burst of Energy here, as I said before, we're getting tons more defense than we had previously with this build, because this is just guaranteed pickup now. We come down here and we grab Boombringer. One of the things that this build doesn't like is just a huge number of metal enemies. We can kill them, but we much prefer that there's, like, you know, one crusher in with everything else, because then we would just go like, hiya, and rip him apart, and then come over here and just dunk on him, right? That's how we want to deal with crushers, is kind of like in an isolated way, and we're pretty effective at that. But when there's just a massive horde, just cast the rocket launcher at them and you'll destroy everything. This thing is stupid powerful now. And yeah, you'll see it in the gameplay footage that this comes in pretty damn clutch, because you can just wipe entire screens. Very cool boom. And we don't need chem, which is the other good option here, I think, because we can deal with all mixed hordes very effectively on our own. We don't need chem grenades. Come down here, Gang Tough. Then we've got, oh sorry, just realized the background audio might be a little bit loud for that first part, but we'll be okay. Gang Tough, Slippery Customer, Tis But a Scratch. Remember that you can use Slippery Customer to slide into enemy attacks too, so stay on the aggression and get right in there with them. Tis But a Scratch for more defenses. 5% more crit with Anarchist here, because crits are very nice with this weapon. Toughness boost with Rampage, Boiling Blood, Pulverizing Strikes, and Forge's Bellow. This is another addition I made here. I think particularly with the Crowbar, staggering enemies back like that and opening them up to attacks is very valuable. And also, since we are investing so heavily in Swift Endurance, When we come out of Rampage, we are extremely vulnerable. We drop all of our stamina, so we immediately lose 34% attack speed, which is pretty fucking crippling. So getting this on enemies, which staggers them and slows them down for the next 5 seconds, gives us a chance to recuperate and potentially not die until at least they buff Rampage and make it not do that to you. Okay, come over here on the left side. Crit chance, swift endurance, as I said before, 34% additional attack speed. Yeah, nice. 25% weak spot damage. You saw the weak spots we can do. Hyper critical, which allows us to cull tons of medium health enemies, or I say medium health. It's pretty freaking high health. Like being able to one-shot maulers when you get a crit is quite nice. And that's really what it's allowing us to do. And we'll just be able to light attack, spam into hordes, and just knock out so many maulers and ragers and stuff. Over here, punching above one's weight for all the things that matter. Cheap shots. This is probably the only melee weapon on the class that can actually effectively stagger enemies. Maybe the Bonesaw can as well, but this thing just clobbers the shit out of enemies. You'll stagger them very quickly, and then this goes into effect. Also, when you hit enemies with this mode, they are staggered. That's staggered right there. So you get 15% extra damage right off the back. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, when you're using the crowbar has a hidden inbuilt thrust ability. So you'll see me lots in the game when I've got like a mutant or something charging in at me. I do this, and I really charge the attack, because getting that attack fully charged up gives you 20% extra damage. So yeah, very nice. Okay. Let's finish up down here. Hyperviolence, another great way that this build can scale. The more attack speed you have, the more value you get out of hyperviolence. 1 extra second of just overkilling the shit out of everything. You turn into a crowbar blender, and that's just the way you play the game. And then Hive City Brawler is a very nice synergy for what we've got going on here, because when we have full stamina, which is pretty much all the time, we have 20% damage reduction, and when our stamina drains because Rampage fucks us over, we actually gain 20% melee damage, so it kind of levels out that DPS that we lost and keeps us a little bit safer there. It's a good all-around blessing, because you are going to take hits on this class, but you're pretty dang tanky. Potent Tox, extra charges, 1 extra rocket, never hurt. Sample Collector here, just giving us that little bit of extra cooldown. Chemical Dependence here with both of these stacks for an extra 40% ability cooldown reduction and 20% crit. So nice overall. So there you go, guys. Nice, easy upgrade to Gordon Fentman. This build is a ton of fucking fun. I love it makes me giggle every time I swing the crowbar around at light speed, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it too. Here's some gameplay footage of exactly that, and me clutching and saving my team's ass several times. Okay, there you go. That's one. Let me go save that. Let me bookmark that. Fent intro. Oh my god, that was an amazing ragdoll. He's like flopped over. Okay, now show gameplay. You saw the gameplay. It's gonna be the clip, the game we played yesterday, where like everyone was dead, and I had to solo clutch against that boss, and then like everything chased me, and I shot 8 rockets and blew up everything 20 times. It was nice. I love that. I don't randomly pick. You know, if you were a true fan, you'd remember back when I started making videos on the channel, I actually did do the build in the Morningstar, and then I would run to the mission table and press play right there, and I would wait in the fucking queue for it to pop, and then we would play the game. And that was boring. So I started editing it so that people can get into action faster. And also I've been trying to keep myself to like under 8 minutes for the build guide part, because people, that's about all their attention span can really do. That was 8:48, that's pretty good. Okay, let's do this one. I feel like this music is too loud. What time is it? It's 8:30? Okay, let's record like 2 more, and then I gotta end stream and go edit. Hello everyone, Mr. E here with, I don't know what we're calling this build, but it is absurd and it uses the Infantry autogun. As you saw in the clip there, you can take this thing and just absolutely turn into a literal bullet hose. I don't want to say for certain they will stay this way forever, but for right now, this is a very, very fun build. It is very, very effective, and it is one of the better uses of stim supply, because stim supply is broken as fuck. We can use this to give ourselves the buff of our stim like very, very frequently, and we can get lots and lots of cooldown reduction on it. Before I get into the intricacies of how to play the build, remember, like and subscribe, and comment down below if you got any other ideas for builds. Always open to suggestions. Okay, let's start here with the weapons. Very simply, on the melee weapon, we need something that can deal with crushers. That's our main antagonist here, because the infantry autogun will shred literally everything else. Everything else dies in like a millisecond, but crushers are annoying as fuck. So something that can kill them. Shivs are good, the dagger is good, or just generally staying the fuck away from crushers is pretty good too, but sometimes you just can't. For perks here, Unyielding and Carapace, because those are the two enemies that we want to deal extra damage against, bosses and big boys. And also I just have these statted for my normal purposes. I think I would probably go something more like this, with those 8 stacks of bleed there and an uncanny strike. That'll really allow you to build some damage on crushers and stay safe while you're doing it. Okay, coming down here, this is the sort of the focus of the build, right? The infantry autogun. You want to use the Vrax Mark V. Dude, I wish we could go back to the glory days. 07's in the comment if you remember the glory days where Vrax Mark V, basically when infantry autoguns, or when guns in this game crit, they do several shots in a row that all get crits if they're fully automatic guns. So it used to be when you got a single crit on this gun, the next 3 shots after that would also be critical strikes. And that was amazing because you would just go in huge tears of like crits, crits, crits. Now it's only 2 shots when you get a crit, but it's still really good. This gun has very nice critical scaling, as you can see here. Getting a crit is 2.5, almost 2.5 times damage. So big value in stacking crit on this gun. And this gun is also amazing because we can put both Fire Frenzy and Dum Dum here. Dum Dum being for bosses and stuff, you don't have to get kills. And then Fire Frenzy, if you're spraying into a horde and then turn on a boss, you could have up to 80% additional damage. And since we're a close range fiend on this class, we love all those stats. So yeah, Flak and Unyielding here, boss killing, and the just general killing, and dump mobility and max everything else out here. Okay, pretty simple, right? Just you know, point in the direction of the thing you want to die. For Curios, all toughness, and then we'll go additional combat ability regen, stamina regen, and extra toughness. Ta-da, pretty simple, right? Okay, let's go over to the Stim Lab. The Stim Lab has a particular setup here. We definitely want this bottom left side for all of this juicy attack speed and recoil reduction. This gun can get a little bit out of control and unwieldy if you don't have that recoil reduction in there to keep you on target. And then just a little bit of extra strength here. I don't go up here because these really extend that cooldown a lot. Like that costs you 8 extra seconds in terms of cooldown, and this would cost you a ridiculous amount. So this keeps us nice and safe in terms of having this up quite often. And yeah, I think that's might be a little bit excessive, you know, but you could go all the way. It's just going to mean you're going to have your stuff up less often, and I don't find it makes all that much impact. But hey, you know, maybe we'll play a game with it there. Let's go over here to the talents. And we've got Quick and Deadly up here. Remember, this applies to both melee and ranged. It's just any close range, anything within 12.5 meters will take extra damage from you for 3 seconds after you dodge, which is going to be like very commonly. Then, of course, we've got In Your Face. Just stay close to enemies, guys, so that we're getting extra damage. Voice of Tertium, we're killing tons, so that makes sense. Speed Loader, nice fast reloads, Burst of Energy, and then Sticky Hands. This just mainly for that recoil reduction and the less spread. This makes a big difference. Like, look at this spread. Okay, and then look at, like, once we have this equipped. That is a lot tighter, right? That's going to allow you to just spray at head level and get lots of hits. This gun, for whatever reason, is way harder to control in aim down sight mode than it is in just like hip fire mode, which I'm comfortable with because, yeah, I'm lazy. So We're going to go Blackout Grenade here. This gun is really, really good at cleaning up hordes and killing lots of stuff. You could also go Boombringer. Boombringer would be your counter to Crushers. As I said earlier, those are an annoying enemy. But Blackouts can get lots of value because as you are killing with the gun and not with toxins or anything, you'll build this up. And this will allow you to just blast a horde with a Pocket Toxin Grenade and get a bunch of your stim cooldown back, which is very, very valuable for this build, as you'll see in a second. Gang Tough, Slippery Customer, Tis But a Scratch, Anarchist, Toughness Boost, and then come down here and grab yourself Stim Supply with this node right here, Practice Deployment. This is what we're going to talk about. So this is potentially a glitch, guys, but I want you to know about it because it's fun as fuck. This is what you need to do. So when you have Stim Supply, you've got your Stim in the background, right? How the game is supposed to work, I think, is that when you have your Stim, your actual Stim, this one, up, you can use the Stim Supply and it'll give you that buff. But currently, if you use that Stim first and then drop your Stim Supply, you'll get both buffs. So you do double all of those buffs, and you do something like that, which seems perfectly balanced and normal to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, and that can go even farther, because you end up in a situation where, like for instance, you'll see it in the game, if you have your ability that comes off of cooldown and you drop it like this, and then your stim comes off of cooldown, then you can stim and your ability comes off cooldown when your stim does. So now you have 3 stacks. And you just do that. It's supposed to eat your stim, but it doesn't. So we're just gonna roll with it as it currently is. And what you'll see in the gameplay footage is that I actually had someone else on my team that was also dropping a stim supply on me, which just takes it to absurd territory, and it is hilarious, and I love it. Okay, let's go over here left. At first, we've got punching above one's weight. Again, boss killing, amazing potential here. Cheap shots. This gun is actually pretty potent at staggering enemies. You know, you shoot a bulwark a couple of times, they get staggered, opened up, boom, there you go, and then you finish them off. But this also applies to just other characters in your team staggering too. This is maybe like not the most essential node. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. We'll revisit it later, but maybe this is your flex node if you care about that. Unload, great buff here, just extra free damage. Ammo jack for the extra clip size. Pickpocket gives us infinite ammo. What's not to love here? I'm thinking. I'm calculating in my brain of all brains right now if I could potentially get that sweet spot damage. I don't think it matters that much. Okay, over here we've got Potent Tox, extra pouches here, just 1 extra grenade. It's not that big a deal, but it's better than nothing. And then Pocket Toxin, that's going to allow us to throw this grenade. Oftentimes, the only thing that can really threaten us here is getting completely surrounded on all sides, because obviously this gun is better if you're, like, you know, at range. And sometimes you just get surrounded, throw this thing at your feet, flashbang the fuck out of there. Sample Collector is directly buffed by this grenade, because when you have a stim up, right, it's got a certain cooldown to it, and you just throw these into the fray with enemies, and all of those give you 2% off of that stim cooldown, which is nuts. Which only goes into effect once you drop the kit, of course. But yeah, really, really solid synergy there, and it can keep you very safe and get rid of stuff too. You get like a trapper or something. That's probably my favorite use for these grenades, is like trappers that are just being annoying, kind of like hovering behind cover or something. Just throw one of those in their vague direction, and you're like, okay, you're dead, fuck off. And that's just a really nice grenade for that. And then Chemical Dependency down here to wrap it up, guys, giving you an additional 40% cooldown reduction and 20% crit. As you saw, crits are super effective in this gun. And the more you have your stim supply up, the more you can overlap the stim itself and the stim supply. I will make another build post for this build when they potentially patch this interaction, because if they do, then I might actually want to go for Vulture's Mark instead. But as it currently stands, being able to do both is crazy cracked, as you saw against that boss there. Anyway, I hope you guys have lots of fun being little bullet hoses out there. Tell the bullet hoses in your life that you love them, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye. Okay. Small damage. 8-minute mark. Staring at the ceiling. No! It's okay, I'll speed it up in post. 1.5x. I was gonna say something about, like, yeah, bullet hose in that sense. The squatter roll. I'm sure we can think of a better phrase for Xeno. Froggy can do whatever she wants. I don't have to tell her to do anything. It's bland white name. We should just, his tag actions can be bland and white. All right, next one. Hello everybody, Mr. E here, and today for a nice, easy Desperado build with, of course, the dual auto pistols, just a straight upgrade over the previous build I put out, like on the first day of this class being out. I think I called it Fuller Auto. You still get to play with the dual auto pistols. It's just a better version of that because, you know, I've refined a few things, and of course the talent tree is all different. So yeah, let's get into things, and remember, like and subscribe. Give me the Warhammer 40k subs, guys. That would be very powerful, very impressive, and everyone would bow before me. Let's start off with the weapon here. Just like with a lot of builds for this class in ranged, you need some way to deal with crushers. They are annoying as fuck. There's no good guns in this class for dealing with those except for needle pistol, and as you can see here, we're not using needle pistols, so we're kind of up shit's creek there. So combat blade, it is, you know, it's something. At least if you get picked on by like one crusher, you can get rid of them. Now we will be using flashbangs, which can get you some distance, but you know, maybe you could use rocket launcher instead if you're really struggling, but I think this is good enough. For the range weapon here, the dual auto pistols, flak armor and unyielding. Flak is most enemies in the game, so like flak, 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 right? That's where you want that extra damage. And then the unyielding is all the big healthy targets like these guys and those guys. So, well, let's add flak there, but that's unyielding. So yeah, very valuable, high health, high value targets to be shooting into. For blessings here, Blaze Away, the absolute hands down best blessing. Remember that strength scales not only your damage but your stagger, and this gun is actually very potent at staggering enemies. And then Speed Load. Now this might not be the most obvious thing, but reload speed is by far the most important thing that you can run on a Desperado build, because that's how you lose your Desperado. When you're in Desperado, every second you spend reloading is a second that you are not getting kills, which means you're losing your duration, and I can't count the number of times that if I could just have gotten that reload out faster, I could have kept in that invincibility mode and gotten one more free reload in. Not that we have to worry about ammo too much, but it is nice to always have a bunch of excess in the tanks. And of course, you can see here, everything maxed out except for mobility. That is the way to go. For Curios, straight toughness across the board with combat ability regen. That's probably the most important thing you can put on here, is that combat ability regen. Effectively, thanks to the cooldown reduction we'll have, this is almost like 8 seconds or 9 seconds worth of value. So very, very quality there. Then stamina regeneration, toughness, then just general toughness. Good stuff. Okay, let's go over to the stim lab. I am literally just running this side right now. The reason I'm running just this side is because it keeps our cooldown low at 45 seconds, and that means we can regularly use the chemical dependency stim. We will never be over that 60-second mark. Just as long as you can get like one kill in that duration on any enemy, you will have that stim up ready to go for the next time. Just be very aware of it. Get yourself the stim timer mod if you really need to, like me, because I have issues remembering to do that. Now let's go over here to the talent tree. Pretty typical setup for a range build, but starting off here, in your face and quick and deadly with voice of tertium and speed loader. As I said, that reload speed, super duper important. So, you know, 50% here isn't enough. We want 30% more, and of course 30% more off of this too. So we can cram a ton of ammo out with that, keeping those cooldowns down. Burst of energy, and then sticky hands. The recoil and spread reduction for this is really, really important, because this gun, you know, infantry autogun is one thing, but this thing gets really carried away really quickly. If you can actually keep all the bullets on target with this gun, it does a tremendous amount of damage, but that really requires some steady aim, and this helps a lot with that. Blackout grenades here, because these are range weapons, they aren't going to be culling enemies accidentally with hypercritical, and they're not doing toxin effects to enemies, so they aren't going to be just like, you know, stealing kills that way. So blackout grenades are going to build up very quickly, especially if you just mulch through hordes with your Desperado for free. You'll get a bunch of blackout grenades, and these can make space for you, get you out of some sticky situations, and of course they can nuke hordes and get your stim back. Gang Tough into Slippery Customer, Tis But a Scratch, Anarchist, and then down here for toughness boost, Desperado with just pick your targets here. You know, 15% rending is basically fucking nothing, but 15% damage is okay. And really the way you want to use Desperado here, we can get some pretty decent damage out of it on that first mag. That's really where most of the additional value of this ability comes from. That, and you can just walk around with complete impunity. But the ability to do this, and then when you're about to run out of ammo, you press the button and keep going. That really increases your damage a lot, because once Blaze Away stacks to a full 5 stacks at 50% of your ammo there, you carry that over into the next mag, and it feels glorious. Now I could have done better there if I'd actually stemmed, but oh well. We go down here for crit chance. We do unload because we can blast through our mag super fast. Ammo jack because bigger mags are better. Pickpocket for infinite ammo, literal infinite ammo. And then moving target. This is questionable. You don't have to go moving target. I just find that a lot of times that I am quite having to dodge a lot with this build. This is a good one, and it's always nice, like because moving target gives you one additional. This means we can have one additional effective dodge slide versus if you had like one less, like this. Your dodge slide is super short like that, and you get completely creamed by it. Just be aware of that. I like that extra dodge. Over here, punching above one's weight, nice damage against the targets that are big and juicy. And then cheap shots, as I said before, this weapon is actually very good at starting stagger on enemies. Like, well, that guy just straight died, but even a couple bullets, like that guy just got staggered there, and then all the additional bullets against him are going to deal 15% extra. It adds up pretty quickly. And over here, potent toxin, extra pouches, potent pocket toxin, potent tox, pocket tox. This enabling you to do this and get your stim back that much faster, and also just kind of clear stuff from around you. I like that a lot. And then sample collector here, this is how you're going to make certain that your stim is coming up very often. Use your stim as often as possible, guys. It is a huge damage boost, especially if you can get it to be up alongside Desperado. Those two together is a massive DPS increase. And then over here, chemical dependency, the last thing here for maxed out chems. Really, the reason we want this tree is because of that cooldown reduction. With the chemical dependency fully stacked up, let's go ahead and show it here. If I can just do some drugs real quick. Okay, we'll censor this part because I can't do drugs on YouTube. Or can I? Or am I doing them right now? You'll never know. Okay, so now if I use my ability, and we'll just let it run straight out. What you can see is that I'll start at about 39 seconds thanks to the cooldown reduction on my Curios, but then that 39 seconds progresses at 1.4 times speed. So really you only have about 27 seconds or so that you actually have to wait for this ability to be up, which is very reasonable for how strong this ability can be in the right situations. You really don't want to be caught without it most times. And yeah, that's where that comes from. And you know, crits are good. They're not the best thing in the world, but crits are very good. They're going to work very well for our blessings on our melee weapon here. And they also do something for this range weapon, even though it's not the best in the world, right? It's only like 1.3x that we get out of it, but it's something, right? It's better than nothing. Okay, well, there's the build, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Really easy peasy, face roll, blast everything. Auric and below will fall over with ease for this build. And I hope you enjoy. Have fun. Here's some gameplay footage of it executing as it does. Okay. Replace moving target for toughness damage reduction. Oh, over there. That could be good. Yeah, you know, that's probably better, honestly. Gameplay footage, yippee, you don't get any. You don't get shit. I said bye, didn't I? It's not bye. That might be better. Yeah. I like the slide, though. I always feel like I'm out of slides. You can sprint and shoot with this, can't you? It slows you down a little bit. Wait, I'm still sprinting. Yeah. See? Yeehaw! You think anyone in real life can reload that fast? Okay, that's 3 down. I already did this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do the tack axe. This is a good one. Okay, this will be my last one, guys, because then I gotta go edit. That'll be enough to run me through 2 days worth. People need the builds. Okay, they're struggling out here. I need to appeal to Fat Shark. I need a tack axe skin. They need to put one on the store right now, or just unlock one for me. Thank you. You still need to watch because you need to leave your little snide comments down below. How would you do that? Alrighty, folk. It is time for the tack axe on the Hive Scum. This is maybe like no, just hands down, this is the best class for the tac axe. This class is insane with this thing. It synergizes so perfectly with everything that the class does. Crits, just scaling your damage through killing multiple enemies, executing left and right, flailing around like an absolute lunatic. There are seldom any builds in this game where I have less idea of what's going on and am more effective than when I'm playing with the tac axe on the Hive Scum. So it's a ton of fun, which is to say that it hurts my eyes, but it does win games. And we are of course going Rampage. So if you're up for Rampage builds, then you're in the right place, and you should subscribe and help me reach Warhammer 40k subscribers. Yes. All right, let's get into things. Starting right here with the tac axe itself. No surprise here, but yeah, you want all the stats. They're really, really good. Mobility is the one you'll want to dump here, but just look at this. Marvel at this for a second. We can put Shred on this thing. That's 20% crit right there. The base crit on the class is 10%. Then the critical bonus is 12%. So we have 42% crit between just picking this class and picking this weapon. With this blessing. That's it. That's nuts. Am I doing that math right? Yeah, I am. That's crazy. We're going to hit like almost 100% crit with this build, and that is very, very juicy indeed. Now, we're going to take Head Taker here. Strength is very nice. Like, scaling your damage and then critting on top of that is very potent here. And as you saw, I've got Flak Armored here. This allows us to one-shot, just chunk a million things. And then melee critical hit damage, as I said before, we're going to hit nearly 100% crit. So this is just a 1.1x multiplier on everything that we do, más o menos. Okay, going from there. Oh, and by the way, use the Mark IV. The reason that we are using the Mark IV here instead of the Mark VII, the Mark VII is a great weapon, the other Mark that most people use. The Mark VII is a great weapon on most classes, but on this class, because this weapon can stack stupid damage by overkilling the shit out of enemies, we can actually use these uppercuts and overheads to more or less just insta-kill tons of relatively armored enemies. This attack, this overhead attack, and this uppercut attack have an additional 30% rending over any other heavy attacks on the other tac axe marks. That was something they added in the recent buffs to tac axes, but because this weapon has lower damage, lower base damage compared to the other ones, a lot of people avoid it, but this class can like just cheat that entirely, which is insane. So yeah, make certain you are using those heavy attacks on your armored targets. Okay, coming down here, Needle Pistol. As I've said many times before, best all-rounder weapon for melee builds because you can dodge infinitely. Dump stability here. Mobility is, stability literally does nothing. Mobility is very juicy because it allows you to be fast as fuck. This is one of the fastest moving weapons of the game. You have 0.89 additional movement speed, and with Strip Down in the blessings down there, which is really the only blessing that you really need to care about all that much, you can just run your ass all the way into combat or out of combat if things are looking hairy. Let's come down here to the talents, or sorry, the talent Curios. We want 2 toughness and 1 stamina. Having a little bit extra stamina does go a long way here. That is 6% attack speed as well, so not nothing to shake a stick at. And we grab additional combat ability regen, stamina regen, and toughness on all of them. What else is there to say? Pretty easy. Okay. Over here in the Stim Lab, since we have such a high crit chance already, let's make sure we're taking our juice. Don't want to not be juiced up. Since we have such a high crit chance already, we don't need any more crit, but that means that Finesse goes absolutely bonkers for this build. It multiplies both headshots and crits, so we get a ton of value out of that. Then here for the talents, we are going to go on the right side, Quick and Deadly, which does apply to our melee damage while we're at close range. Tertian Welcome, Precision Violence, Float Like a Butterfly. This is additional. So let's keep track of the crit, right, guys? Let's start counting right now. We are at 20, 32. The class itself is 10, so we're at 42. If we dodge, we're at 62%. Okay. Burst of Energy here, so some damage. We bring Boombringer because the one thing that could murder us here is just like the game spawning like infinity of these dudes, and we can just say goodbye. Good night, sweet princes. 2 princes. And then Gang Tough, Slippery Customer, Tis But a Scratch, Anarchist, 67% by the way. Toughness boost with the Rampage, Boiling Blood, and Pulverizing Strikes. This will give us all the cleave we'll need to carve through hordes. I mean, already we're carving through hordes because we're using Battering Strikes here, which is going to just give us a stupid cleave. That's one of the things this weapon can struggle with sometimes is cleave, but this just alleviates that. Boiling Blood just makes us stay in this rampage forever. Over here on the left side, critical hit chance, 72%, sorry. Then Swift Endurance, that's an additional, the weapon has 1, and our Curio and that, so that's an additional 14% attack speed. I will take that. And then Sweet Spot, weak spot damage is huge. Critical damage, finesse, right? This is a 25% multiplier on top of the other finesse things that we got going on. Hypercritical, which allows us to just cull a ton of targets. Oh, I forgot to take my drugs. Oh my gosh. I need one of those like things they have for like geriatrics, where it like reminds you to take your pills on time so you don't get your dementia. Okay, over here we've got punching above one's weight because we want to murder these things extra hard, and hyperviolence. This is where this weapon is just insane in the hands of this class, because every attack you do for 1 second after you get that execution kill with hyperviolence will apply that extra damage and then multiply it when you get the crit, which is just bonkers. As I said before, cleaving is very good. Coded weaponry, applying an extra stack of toxin on every strike pretty much is very, very powerful, because we are at 72% crit right now. And then we are going to come down here for blitz charges. That's an extra rocket, 4 rockets, yes. Sample collector, which gives us just more cooldown. This stim is so good, guys. This is basically like an extra ult. It is so strong. And then finally, we come down here for chemical dependency with this maxed out chems, which can give us not only 40% cooldown, so we're getting into our cool rampage that much faster, but 20% additional crit for a total of 92% crit chance. So, all told, we end up doing something like this, where we can just start to insta-kill everything we glance at, casually. And you're like, oh no, how would you deal with crushers? Oh, it's probably something like that, you know? Not too bad, I would say, in terms of damage. Yeah, pretty solid stuff. And of course, that's like using your brain. You could just walk through hordes. If you're playing anything like Auric or lower, just walk through the game doing this. Easy win, right? Just chop everything to death, and you'll just win the game. So that's the build, guys. I love this build. Super cathartic. Something about the way that the little tiny tack. It's such a small, like, dainty little axe, but then you can just like hatchet murder a guy who's like 12 feet tall in 2 strikes. It is very funny, and it makes me feel something deep inside I haven't felt in a long time. All right, I'm gonna go do some introspection. Have a good day, guys, and enjoy the gameplay footage. Bye bye. Well, what about 2 crushers? Boom! 2 crushers are dead. Actually, what about infinity crushers? Where gameplay? The gameplay is... It's happening in your mind right now. I don't actually know if I have attack X. Wait, am I flying? Guys, I'm flying! I ran out of rockets. AC-130 inbound. Got him. And boom goes the dynamite. You guys remember that that Modern Warfare? Was that Modern Warfare 1? I fucking love that. Dude, Modern Warfare 1. He's like, oh, the line that sticks in my head forever is he's up there like flying around, and you just call down the strikes, and he's shooting the thing. He's just like heat detecting. Where's my reticle even? And then he's like, kaboom. You should be able to do this. This is what they should add for the next class. Just flying rocket launcher. This is fun. This is fun as fuck. Awesome. Alright, anyway, guys. Pretty good stuff. April Fool's build? I don't know. People would just play it and presume it was the best thing ever. Play too slow, flying around. I wish it looked like cleaner when I'm doing it rather than vibrating out. No, I have to go edit these. I literally can't play Minecraft tonight. I have to at least get one edited and posted tonight, or I'm gonna be disbarred from the YouTube. I was talking to Catfish. Oh, I fucking forgot to drink my Celsius. God damn it. I don't have time, unfortunately. That'll take me too late into the night. I need to get this out like soon so I can play some Minecraft. I'll play tomorrow though, probably, because I got to capture more footage. But yeah, I was talking to Catfish, Fat Shark Catfish, and I was like, yeah, I'm actually at work right now, and she's just like, wait, you work in addition to this? How? I was like, with great effort. Like I work and then I come home and I sit down and I immediately boot up the computer and start like recording videos and editing. I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. What's sun? Sun orb. Sun loaf. Alright guys. Thanks for watching my impromptu stream. See you later on. Bye bye.